I think right now, yeah, I think Topuria Islam it can be biggest fight, not Jon Jones and Pereira.
Still a big fight, but not at the
No,
level.
it's still big fight, but not on that level.
No.
Alex, you're looking great. Who do you want to fight next?
Jon Jones, watch your house. Sherma.
I really think that Jack Della Maddalena has the skills to stifle Islam's game and be able to just put it on the feet and knock him out. Might be second round.
Khabib Nurmagomedov has shocked the MMA world with a huge claim. The former lightweight champion believes Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev is a much bigger fight than Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. Khabib Nurmagomedov believes the matchup between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev carries more significance than Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. The latter is still a major fight, but feels the Islam versus Topuria clash is on another level.
You know, there's the Jon Jones and the Alex Pereira fight. Everyone keeps talking about that being the biggest fight. I heard Joe Rogan talking about it's the biggest fight you could possibly make. But then there's also people that say the Ilia Topuria and the Islam fight is the biggest fight you can make.
I think right now, yeah, I think Topuria Islam it can be biggest fight, not Jon Jones and Pereira.
Still a big fight, but not at the level.
It's still big fight, but not on that level.
No, not on that level.
I don't think it's same level.
Islam Makhachev also expresses interest in facing Ilia Topuria in 2026, calling it the biggest fight currently and noting that both fans and he are eager for it. He believes next year would be the ideal time for the matchup.
I know you don't duck anything. I know you're down to fight anybody. So why didn't Ilia and you happen ever? Or do you think it'll ever happen like eventually? Or if it does, whatever?
It can happen. Like, it's maybe like biggest fight.
I think it'll be the biggest fight.
Biggest fight,
Yeah.
everybody know, and I also want. And I think next year is the best time.
On the other hand, Alex Pereira issues another call-out to Jon Jones while shadowboxing in front of Rome's Coliseum, directing his call-out at both Jones and Dana White.
Alex, you're looking great. Who do you want to fight next?
Jon Jones, watch your house. Sherma.
John, what do you have to say about that?
Meanwhile, Francis Ngannou believes the UFC White House card isn't complete without him. He insists that if the goal is to create the biggest event of all time, it can only happen with a fight between Jon Jones and himself, suggesting that the matchup would overshadow others and make the card historic.
Which is a bigger fight to make in the White House? Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira or Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou?
You know the answer. You don't need me for that. Should I answer?
But
Do you really need me to answer?
It seems like that could be a big one, though. If they're looking to put together the biggest card of all time, maybe PFL UFC could figure it out. That would be the fight to make.
That if you want to say biggest of all time, you make it biggest. Biggest fight of all time can only happen with Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou. That's all what I can say about that.
And in the White House, it would definitely be the biggest.
Yeah.
However, the fight that seems to have any possibility right now in the near future is between Islam and Ilia Topuria. In a recent interview, Dana White also confirmed that a fight between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev is possible, noting that both fighters and fans are eager to see the matchup.
Now, what about Topuria and Islam? Could that fight happen?
Yep, that can happen too.
I'd like to see that fight.
No. I think everybody wants to see that fight, including Topuria and Islam. So,
Islam Makhachev also shares that he will assess his weight after the fight before deciding which division to challenge Ilia Topuria in. He notes that making 155 could be difficult, but at 170, if he captures the belt, he would be prepared for any opponent.
I want to fight in White House.
Why? What makes big
this
fight?
Is history. Madison Square Garden, White House, and
the biggest venues ever in the world.
Yeah, you know.
Biggest fight you could possibly make in the sport right now is after you get the win against welterweights to fight Ilia Topuria. The two of you guys. What's your thoughts on that? He came coming from 45 to 55.
I don't know. Let's see after the fight how I'm gonna feel, how much is gonna be my weight, and to 155 it's gonna be hard to make this fight. But 170, if I take the belt, I will be ready for anything.
Yeah.
Who can jump? Let's do it.
Islam Makhachev shares that his greatest motivation comes from his family. he explains that he dreamed of giving his parents, who worked tirelessly from early morning until late at night, a chance to rest. And achieving success in MMA has allowed him to fulfill that dream. Everything he does, he says, is for his family. Islam Makhachev said, "I had a dream. My father and my mother, who worked their entire lives from 6 a.m. to late at night, could finally rest. They worked so hard for me and my brother, and I achieved that dream. At the end of the day, Islam does it all for his family." On the other hand, Paddy Pimblett claims Ilia Topuria is avoiding their potential fight by stalling and not signing the contract. He challenges Topuria to accept the matchup, arguing that if he thinks Paddy isn't a threat, it should be an easy victory. Pimblett emphasizes that the fight is likely next and urges Topuria to step up and finalize the agreement.
Just want to get a fight on, lad. All Ilia's ever done is talk shit about me, saying I'm shit, saying I don't deserve to fight him. And after his last fight, I get in the cage and he pushes me. I think it's happening. And now all I'm hearing is he's stalling. He's not saying yet to the fight, he's stalling. If I'm that shit, lad, I just want to take an easy fight and beat me down. Step up. As Tyson said, sign the contract, big boy.
However, Islam Makhachev is still firm on his take and is confident that Paddy Pimblett stands little chance against Ilia Topuria. He believes Arman and Gaethje present tougher challenges, while questioning what Pimblett could realistically do to trouble Topuria with takedowns or submissions.
Who do you think that could be, or give Topuria a good match for in your old division?
Arman. It's the toughest fight for Topuria, I think, right now, and Gaethje also very good, but sure not Pimblett.
Yeah. You don't think Paddy would?
Man, he have small chance. What he can do, like do some submission, take him down, but I don't know. If you ask me, like hardest fight for Topuria in lightweight division, I think Arman.
Paddy Pimblett reacts angrily to Islam Makhachev's comments, challenging him to return to 155 pounds so he can prove himself in the cage. Pimblett also backs Jack to defeat Islam, claiming JDM's superior boxing will dominate the stand-up and make it difficult for Islam if the fight stays on the feet. He also mocks Islam's recent boasts about past victories and directly dares him to drop back to lightweight to settle the score.
Don't know how I see it playing out, but I hope JDM absolutely punches his little head in. Yeah, I hope JDM batters him. I think JDM's a much better boxer, and if he can keep it on the feet, then he will absolutely batter him, and I hope he does. Islam was chatting pony the other day, saying who have I beat when he got a title shot at lightweight off beating Bobby Green, someone who I beat faster than you little bum. So, how about that one, Islam? Get back down to lightweight and I'll punch your head in as well.
Meanwhile, Michael Chandler praised Ilia Topuria as the most skilled fighter in MMA today. When asked by Ariel Helwani whether Paddy Pimblett or Justin Gaethje could beat him, Chandler firmly said no. He explained that both Topuria and Alex Pereira are elite talents, but Ilia stands out for his precision, speed, and complete skill set. Chandler added that Topuria's confidence and composure make him a nightmare for anyone across divisions.
Setup is your weight class. There's a bit of a two-horse race right now. Paddy, Justin against Ilia. If it was up to you, who deserves it?
God, it's a freaking tough question, man. I've already gone on record and said I'm Gaethje, man.
Okay.
But ultimately, there's a lot of different arguments you can make. You know, Paddy has never had a title shot. Paddy is newer. Justin Gaethje has proven himself against the toughest guys in the world, and fight after fight is fight of the night after fight of the night, fight of the year after fight of the year. But he has had a couple title shots, a couple opportunities here and there. So it's a tough one. That's why I am not a promoter. Do not want that job, and it's a tough decision. But they will make the right decision for them and the right decision for the biggest fight possible. With that being said, I'd like to see it go to Gaethje, but then again, I would not be surprised whatsoever if it's Paddy versus Ilia, whenever it is.
On the other hand, Islam Makhachev is focused on his title fight and shares that he completed 3 rigorous training camps and is now fully prepared for JDM at UFC 322. He explains the first camp focused on adding weight, the second emphasized sparring, wrestling, and conditioning, and the final camp in New Jersey included training with a partner who mirrored JDM's style.
I did 3 camps, one of them in Russia, one of them in Dubai, and last one in New Jersey. First camp, I just focused to do some weights, to gain weight. I did 3 weeks camp, and after that we moved to Dubai and we did a lot of like sparrings, wrestlings, like more conditions, you know. And now we in New Jersey, and I have my sparring partner who like can do like similar like JDM. I have one of them, Mohamed Berhamov. He have good boxings, and also he defends very good wrestling, you know, like his style like some similar like JDM.
Jack Della Maddalena also impresses in a recent training video, showcasing smooth and versatile striking with ease, highlighting his readiness for his upcoming fight.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Israel Adesanya believes Jack Della Maddalena's resilience will pose a serious challenge for Islam Makhachev. He predicts that if Islam cannot keep Jack on the ground, he will be forced into striking exchanges where Jack's boxing could inflict significant damage. While Adesanya acknowledges Islam as one of the most skilled and efficient fighters ever, he feels Jack's stand-up is on another level, comparing him favorably to elite names like Dustin Poirier and Alexander Volkanovski.
Bro, I'm not trying to count Islam out, but I just know Jack. I know that when Jack keeps getting up, it's going to be a problem. And Islam's going to be forced to strike. And when he's forced to strike with Jack, he's going to get hurt. Islam, I think, is the best of the Dagestanis. One of the best fighters in history. One of the most efficient. But when it comes to Jack, like, look, even Dustin's able to get up and, like, stop his submissions. And Dustin's a fucking gun. And also, I've seen live what Volk can do with Islam when they were in Perth.
Dustin has great boxing, but I still think Jack is on the boxing level.
Levels! And he's touching him. So that's why I know he's going to hurt.
Israel Adesanya is confident that JDM will knock out Islam Makhachev. He expects Islam to secure early takedowns, but doubts he can keep Jack on the ground for long. Adesanya believes Jack's striking and defensive skills will eventually dominate, likely leading to a finish in the middle rounds.
Islam, I do think, Islam, I'm not disrespecting, I think Islam will be able to get him down, but for how long? It's not for long. And also he's going to get stuffed from the beginning, in the middle, till Jack ends it. In this fight, not just because it's Anzac United, I really think that Jack Della Maddalena has the skills to stifle Islam's game and be able to just put it on the feet and knock him out. Might be second round, might be third, but we'll see.
Israel Adesanya expects JDM to adapt to Islam Makhachev's grappling as the fight goes on. He believes that if Jack continues to get back up, he can shift the momentum and use his striking and composure to take control of the bout.
He will go all the way, but look at him now. I think you're going to do some great things in this division. It needs it though, that's the thing. Yeah. Even for me, the fact that they give you Islam straight away, I was thinking, is that disrespectful? But I said, nah, I won't say it's disrespectful. They just respect Islam and they want to give him a shot. Yeah. For the belt, so he can be like Alex did, go double champ status. But I'm like,
However, Dustin Poirier predicts Islam Makhachev will win by decision against Jack Della Maddalena. He notes that Jack has the power and timing to land a big, unexpected strike, but believes a victory by decision or submission for Jack would be highly surprising.
I would think Islam by decision, but if Jack does win, I'm not going to be totally blown away if he lands a shot that hurts Islam or a knee or something. Obviously, if he beats Islam by decision or submits Islam, then I'm going to be blown away. But I got to go with Islam by decision. That's if I was betting on it, that's what I would bet on.
Dustin Poirier thinks the fight between Islam Makhachev and JDM will be decided by skill and execution rather than size. He notes that Islam is already well built for the division, and the key will be which fighter controls takedowns and defends more efficiently.
Islam isn't a small guy. He is big. I'm not sure how big Jack is. I've never seen him in person, but I don't think Islam's going to be undersized when they face off. I don't think it's going to be about the size. To me, it's going to come down to the execution. If Islam can secure the takedowns Jack's takedown defense, his get-ups. I think that's going to be the story of the fight. I don't think size is going to be the story of this fight.
Meanwhile, Jamahal Hill thinks Islam Makhachev was already a big and skilled fighter at 155, so moving up in weight may not affect him much. However, he notes that facing bigger opponents like Jack Della Maddalena brings new challenges, especially getting hit by heavier punches. Hill expects JDM to land shots unless Islam can control him immediately and secure takedowns. He praises Islam as a well-rounded fighter with strong striking and says he's excited to see how the matchup unfolds.
Islam was big for 155. I don't think that'll be a thing. And then like just his skill, he's very skilled. So I don't think going up in the weight class will be much of a thing from him. Dude's good, but with fighting with bigger dudes, they're gonna. I mean, they've got their tools, they got their ways to hit people, and we're gonna see how he responds when he gets hit at that weight class. Because one thing you can count is JDM is gonna hit him. I mean, unless he just comes out and just gets on him right away and is able to stay on him and get him down and just ragdoll him from there. He's gonna get hit, so we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna see what it's like. But he's got really good striking. Islam is a good striker.
Yeah,
I mean, Islam is a very complete fighter. So
Jamahal Hill believes Islam Makhachev is the more skilled and well-rounded fighter, giving him the edge because he has multiple ways to win. He acknowledges that Jack Della Maddalena is accustomed to fighting at this weight and carries a size advantage, so both fighters have strengths in their favor. Still, Hill emphasizes that skill usually determines the outcome.
like I said, I'd say Islam is the more skilled fighter. I'd say he's the more rounded fighter. You know what I mean? I'd say he's got more ways to win, so I'd have to give the edge to Islam because he's got more ways to win. But JDM is used to fighting at this weight class, so he does have the size and things. So they both have their things working for him. But
okay,
on skill, I always skills pay the bill.
On the other hand, Jorge Masvidal thinks Jack Della Maddalena could become the pound-for-pound #1 if he beats Islam Makhachev. He notes that Islam cut significant weight to make 155 and might perform better at welterweight. Masvidal sees Jack as a special talent and expects the fight to be very challenging for Islam, though he still slightly favors the champion.
I've seen Islam, bro. He's a big guy. He's sucking out a lot of weight to get to 55. I think he might start doing better at 70. Problem is, though, Jack is special. I've said this already. Jack is special. We're gonna see just how special he is if he beats Islam Jack, #1 pound for. Wow, that's impressive. You know, I don't know. It's a good fight, man. I think I'm leaning towards Islam, brother.
Oh, really?
You know, but I really think it's gonna be a tough fight for him, but a great fight, man.
Meanwhile, Luke Rockhold recalls being caught off guard by Islam Makhachev during sparring. He shares that while preparing for his Machida camp, he was thrown by Islam in the later rounds and was surprised, noting that Islam's toughness and skill impressed him, even against a middleweight like himself.
Islam always had
when
it
did
all.
you meet Islam?
I think I used him for like my Machida camp back in the day.
You flew him in from Dagestan?
No, he came with Khabib.
He's a Dagestan nigga?
He's a Dagestani.
That's Khabib's crew. Oh.
Yeah, no, but like I would actually like I could like spar a little bit with him. Like he would come in like my 4th to my 5th round.
Oh, no way.
And like I remember he threw me one time. I was like, what the fuck?
He judo tossed you?
Yeah.
Uchimata?
I was a middleweight and he was but I got back up and got him back. But you know, he definitely surprised me. He's very tough everywhere.
Did he beat
Jose Delgado is also excited about the fight, calling it sick and expressing admiration for Jack Della Maddalena's technical skills, head movement, and level changes. He feels Jack has the heart and mindset to challenge Islam Makhachev. Delgado is curious to see how Islam performs at welterweight, particularly how his size and speed translate. While acknowledging Islam's talent, he leans toward Jack in this matchup.
Such a sick fight. Like, this fight gets me so geeked out. Like, I'm the biggest JDM fan. I love the guy, man. I love his head slot changes. I love the level changes. I love the technical side. I've seen that Bilal fight a ridiculous amount of times, just over and over. I think he's got the skill set to beat Islam Makhachev. I think he's got the heart, the mindset. Really big on Jack Della. But Islam's so good, and I'm curious to see what he looks like at welterweight. His frame, his size, his speed at welterweight. I think the main thing that I'm curious about is to see his speed. If he's just focusing on putting on size and putting on mass, like, I don't think it matters that much. But his speed will be a big determinant factor, in my opinion. Such a tough fight. Islam is damn good, you know?
Furthermore, Michael Bisping thinks defeating Jack Della Maddalena could push Islam Makhachev into discussions about the greatest of all time. He explains that beating Jack and defending the title multiple times would be a significant achievement. Bisping agrees with Mike Bone that if Islam can also overcome top welterweights like Sean Brady and Shavkat Rakhmonov, it would cement his legacy as one of MMA's most dominant fighters.
I'm looking at his record, and you're seeing Moicano, Dustin Poirier, Volkanovski twice in a row, Charles Oliveira, and then if you were a critic, then you start talking about Bobby Green. There's Dan Hooker, who's a tremendous fighter, Drew Dober, Davey Hamosh, Arman Sarukian. You know what I'm saying? So that hasn't aged bad. So yeah. I mean, listen, if he gets the job done, I think without question, he deserves to be in that conversation.
Yeah, and dude, let alone if he can defend that belt a couple times against a Sean Brady, against a Shavkat, against any of these super high level welterweights, like I think that would kind of push his legacy over the edge. And I think we're having conversations about him being top 3 or number 1. If he defends
without a shadow of a doubt. If he can beat Jack, and again, it's a big if. I'm not sure what the odds are on that fight, but if he can beat Jack and go on a run and defend it 2 or 3 times, it's insane.
Bilal Muhammad also breaks down the Islam Makhachev versus JDM fight, emphasizing that Jack needs to be perfect on the ground. He explains that Islam's calmness and control let him capitalize on even the smallest mistakes in grappling. While Islam rarely slips up, Bilal notes that Jack shows brief openings that Makhachev could quickly exploit.
Obviously, Islam versus Jack, for me, breaking down this fight stylistically, obviously trained with Islam, fought Jack. It's going to come down to if it hits the ground. If it hits the ground for Islam, I think his top game is going to be really good. He's very smart, very controlled, doesn't let you off the hook when you make a mistake. Jack makes mistakes on the ground. He uses it to scramble. He has good scrambling ability. He has moments where he's like lapses safety, right? He'll give up his back, he'll give up his neck, he'll give up an arm triangle. And you can't do that with Islam. Islam's going to see that, and he's going to exploit it. I think if Islam comes out wrestling right away and forcing that takedown right away, making that work, it's going to be a long night for Jack.
That wraps up today's breakdown. How do you think this fight will go? Share your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more great content.